Hello and welcome to my channel on the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And let's find out what's been on the hook. I have 3 on the hook projects. I don't have any knitting to show you today, but I am trying to find something I want to do, and I'm going to have to probably purchase, maybe not purchase any yarn. I have some beautiful yarn over there in my stash. I keep looking over there. That's where I keep my stash. And I have some beautiful yarn over there that I might take on as a knitting project, but I have to be careful not to take on something too difficult. Now, today I'm going to have some viewer tips and advice, as well as some questions from my viewers. So I'm going to talk about that in a second. So let's talk about today. Today is a wonderful, beautiful day. It's a little bit chilly outside, and I've just completed my on the hook project from last week, which is the beautiful U, beautiful U, beautiful U. And that is the pattern right there. It's on my website and also on Etsy. You can get it there. Beautiful U is one of my favorite patterns because you can make it all different ways. Now, this one I made with Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK. Right there. There it is. I bought this at Hobby Lobby, and it was on sale. It was less than $4.99. It was $3 something, but every other week they have a 30% off on all their yarn. So be sure when you pop in there, if you check the sign that says 30% off yarn, that's every yarn in the whole store. And then if it doesn't say that, then you know you'll be paying full price, which I've done before. If I need some yarn, I'll go in there and pay the reasonable price for it. This is almost 500 yards on here, 478 yards of a DK weight, beautiful yarn. I showed this last week, and I finished the project that I had started, the beautiful U top. And while I'm here, let's just take a look at it. I'm a little bit out of order today. I don't usually do what I'm wearing at the very beginning of the video, but I just felt like doing it. So this is what I'm doing today. Now, Crystal is modeling a beautiful U that I made last year, and this is actually beautiful U yarn, which has been discontinued by Lion Brand, not carried anymore. But I do love this pattern. You can make out of any size DK or size 2 yarn, even fingering. I've had people say they made it from fingering yarn, which is amazing to me, but they do. And I think this is a number 2 yarn, actually, from Lion Brand. This one I'm wearing is the Soft and Sleek that I just showed you from Hobby Lobby. And it is a DK weight, but very, very small. So it reminds me of a number 2 yarn. It's not any larger than this, really. This is a size 2 yarn, and this is more like a size 2, but it is so soft, y'all just wouldn't believe it. It's actually like feeling a luxury yarn. That's what it feels like, a luxury yarn. And when you get it crocheted or knitted, I'm sure it's really, really soft and squishy. It's so comfortable, and it's lightweight. So that's one reason I really like this yarn. This is a kind of a teal color. I don't know the color. I'll try to get it off the ball when I get back to my desk. Down around the bottom, there's a few rows of decorative rows down at the bottom, and I did those. You can't really see those. I also did them on the sleeve, around the bottom of the sleeve, and also I did them around the neck because I made the neck a little bit lower than I normally do, and so I filled it up with a few rows of decorative stitching. So you can do it that way. If you find that you've started your neckline a little bit low, you can always add rows to it. Not a problem at all. If you find yourself with it a little bit too high, then just drop back on your decorative stitching around the neck and just do a single crochet edging or something like that. It would be fine. It would look great, especially if you already used your decorative stitching around the bottom and the sleeves. It's not a big deal around the neck. So it doesn't have to be in all 3 spots. Sometimes I do that though, and in this particular case, I did that. So this is the beautiful U top, and I'm wearing it with some black dress pants and some black, I don't know if you can see these, little dressy Mary Janes. Well, that wasn't very feminine, was it? Anyway, they're dressy Mary Janes. They're made of leather, very nice, and I like them. I wear them to church often. So anyway, that's what the beautiful U top looks like. And when I get up to my camera, I'll show you the color of the yarn, and we'll talk about the hook size. All right, I'm back. I don't usually do what I'm wearing at the very beginning of my videos, but let's mix it up a little bit today. So I'm glad you're here. Let me show you this quickly. This is the Soft and Sleek DK low pill fiber, and the colorway is not right on the front, so I don't see the colorway. Oh, the colorway is Irish Rain. Irish Rain, very beautiful name for that, and it is a beautiful, beautiful yarn. This is so soft. Y'all would like this. It's soft and sleek DK. I'm not sponsored by Hobby Lobby or anything. I like to go in there because I can go in there and find yarn that I want, and I can pick it up, put it in the cart, take it to the front, pay for it, and take it home, and not have to wait for it or pay shipping on it. Which to me is well worth just going to the store. So I like my Hobby Lobby. It's a great store, and now that Joann's is gone, I'm real sad about that. But I did find out that Michael's has a whole section in their store, and it has the Joann name up there at the top. So I need to explore that. Maybe this week I'll get over to Michael's and see what I see over there. So I want to welcome all of you to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everything you do for me, especially those beautiful comments. And I don't do mid-roll ads. Y'all already know that. There's no interruptions in my videos. So when you turn it on, you can watch the whole thing, and you don't have to stop and skip and do all that stuff. So I will tell you that it's easy to support me if you want to. I would appreciate it. You can become a member, alpaca or merino. You can also use my Etsy shop to find a pattern that you might want to make. None of my patterns are stitch count patterns. They're all done with your measurements. You can make it fit yourself exactly how you want it to, or whoever you're making it for. You just need their measurements, and you can make one to fit them. So whatever it is a sweater. My cowls and scarves, they're not stitch counted at all. That's up to you how big you want to make them, and I just give you kind of the recipe and you go for it. So that's how I work. I don't size my patterns, and some people don't like that, but I'll tell you what, if you ever try one, you really like it, because you don't have to fit yourself into a certain size to wear my patterns, to wear my garments that I have patterns out there for. So anyway, I want to welcome you all to my channel. Thank you. I have so many new subscribers. A lot of that is due to Juan the Yarn Addict. Juan, thank you so very much. I know you watch my videos, and I thank you for the shout outs that you give me. It helps a lot, and there's some new subscribers in from your channel. So I hope that if you're on my channel, you'll go over to Juan the Yarn Addict's channel and subscribe to his channel as well. He does a lot of the same things I do. I do a lot of the same things he does, and then we do a lot of things that are different. So it is fun to watch both channels. So be sure you go over there and check him out. Again, show him some love, and thank you, Juan, again for promoting my channel. I appreciate it so very much. Now let's get to my interaction with my viewers. I wanted to have a section on my video that is viewer tips and advice, and this is some advice that my viewers give me, and I appreciate it so very much. There are comments coming in, and I want to let y'all know what they are. Maybe they can help you as well. So I only have a few here, but I want to bring them up. This is Knit Me Up is their handle on YouTube. I don't know what your name is. I wish I did know, but she's suggesting that I make a top-down raglan sweater before tackling the ranunculus, and I totally get that. Ranunculus is off the table for now. I've tried it 2 or 3 times, and I'm just not a good enough knitter to know what to do with the pattern. So, and I know there are video tutorials and all that, but I'm not really ready for that yet. I just don't think I am. I'm ready for something much more simple. So I did check out Handmade by Florence, which was another suggestion by Knit Me Up, and she is a young lady who seems to be really good at that. I just saw part of one video. I haven't had a chance to go out and really concentrate, but I might try that. It's a tutorial about how to make a whole sweater from the top down, and I could certainly use that. So I might check her out. Robin Marks says she recommends using the magic loop for the neckline on ranunculus and joining a knitting group. I don't know what that is. I don't know if they have them here in Chattanooga. They might. I guess I could look it up and see. Maybe on Facebook. Maybe that's where I would find one. The magic loop, I have seen that on tutorials, and I just totally shut off when I see that. It's too much pulling and whirling and turning, and I'm not sure I could even follow it. But, you know, I'm not dumb. I just am not a knitter just yet. I'm not really a confident knitter yet. But I will try that eventually. Trudy and Darlene mentioned Florence Miller as well. So that's 3 recommendations for the Florence tutorials, and apparently she must be really, really good. So I'm getting that from everybody. And then Rose's Crafty Stuff shared her ranunculus progress, and thank you so much for that. I think your name must be Rose, and she offered me encouragement not to give up. Well, I've given up on the ranunculus for now, but thank you, Rose, for that encouragement. And then Peggy Harwell, she advised taking breaks and balancing projects, wrote me a nice long email about what I could do to calm myself down. Where it comes from, as it involves knitting. I'm not in too need of calming down of crochet, but for knitting, yes, I am. I get very upset, and she mentioned that I should balance my projects to avoid burnout, so I totally get that, and thank you, Peggy, for that suggestion. Now, on to the questions. Viewer questions, and these maybe I have some answers for you. Brenda Hallmark said, would you know if that simple knit top can be achieved on straight needles? She's referring to Mama in a Stitch, the simple knit top that I made about 7 times, and I showed you on all my videos. If you've been watching me, you'll know that I've tried that, or I've actually knit that pattern 7 different times in different ways, and it's really been great. It's called the Classic Knit Top by Mama in a Stitch, and you can find that on Google. She's asking if I can make that on straight needles, and yes, you can, but they need to be pretty long, and the width and the length of what you need is 22 inches spread out. Now, if you could scrunch them up onto some smaller needles, I think that'd be okay. So I think you could probably do that on straight needles. I just did it on circulars, so you might give that a try. Jean Horn, she said, could you show making the first scarf you showed? Do you mean the first one I ever made, or I don't remember which one I made on this channel. It might have been the Parisian Scarf. I don't know. Maybe send me another comment with more explanation about what you're looking for there. But thank you, Jean, for the question. Love and Heart Design. She says, what's your favorite stitch in crochet? It's double crochet. Love it. I did this whole top with double crochet. Love, love, love it. Every now and then I'll throw some single crochet in or half doubles, but double crochet is my favorite. I use it on my blankets. I think it's a great stitch, and you really feel like you're crocheting when you do a double crochet. That's my favorite. Owl Whim, have you considered designing a sweater for men and boys? Not yet. I have not. Mr. On the Hook would, of course, have to be my, he'd have to be my model. And I'm about 10 patterns behind on my crochet patterns that I've already introduced, so it's going to be a while before I get to the men and boys, if I ever do. But thank you for the suggestion and the question. Robin Mark says, can you use magic loop to knit that neck? Well, apparently you can, according to somebody else here. Robin, oh, this was the same Robin Marks. Okay, she says, can you use magic loop? I could. I think I've seen one video with magic loop, and they show how to use longer circular needles, and it seemed to be difficult to me, so I didn't try it. I'm always in a hurry, so it probably wasn't a good idea for me to try that, but you could use it knitting socks. You could probably use it for that neckline, for the ranunculus. And then Weird Creative, it's a cute name. Have you tried mosaic color work with knitting? Oh, no, there's no way. I can barely do straight knitting, and that's a challenge. But thank you for that question. I appreciate it. I'm just not a knitter yet that I can say I'm an actual knitter. I'm a baby knitter, and I haven't really progressed too much since I made those classic knit tops. But I'm sure my time will come when I'll be able to be confident, and I might have to take a break, and maybe over Christmas or something, and chill out, maybe start a small project or something. So anyway, so those are the questions I had from last week's video. Thank you all for writing and for being so encouraging on that ranunculus. I appreciate it so much. A couple of things that I received today, not today, but a couple of things I received this week. I went to Hobby Lobby, and I'll show you an acquisition I made there. But this was free. It was free at Hobby Lobby. It's a little pattern book, and you have to rip it off that little chain that it's on. But there's some really cute patterns in here for granny squares. You might give them a try. The tote pattern's actually in here, and the rest of the patterns for these little sweaters. That's so cute for teenagers. They would probably like that. And this one especially, I really like that. They're on the website at hobbylobby.com. You can go there and find them. Really cute. I just had to have that. I just thought it was so cute. And then Hirschner's came again. And this is a free catalog for Hirschner's. And all the different yarns are in here. They're great. Most of them are acrylic. Some are wool. And there's some really nice patterns in here. And some kits for blankets and baby things and all kinds of things in here. There's a lot of Christmas ideas in here for amigurumi right there. Some little nutcrackers, some snowmen, and I think these are kits actually. They're really cute. And then there's some gingerbread people right there. There's a nice blanket down there, a nice blanket there, nice blanket there. Really cute. If you have grandchildren or children, if you're a fast crocheter, you could make them one of those blankets for Christmas. So cute. Be sure to take their picture with it, which I have forgotten to do many times. I just forget to take pictures, and I make these beautiful things and then they outgrow them and they give them away, and then I don't have a picture of my grandchildren in their sweaters or behind their Afghans or whatever it is. So those are the written ideas I got this week. There are lots of ideas out there in catalogs, and you can order Hirschner's catalog. There's another one. Mary Maxim is a great catalog. Y'all know I've said that so many times. It's ridiculous. But Mary Maxim has a good catalog as well with lots of inspiration in it. You don't have to buy the kits. You can just get the catalog and they'll give it to you for free. You don't have to buy anything to get the catalog. So it's a great resource for inspiration. And I hope my videos are a great resource for inspiration for making new things, making different things, knitting, crocheting, and also diamond painting. So let's take a look at my progress on my diamond painting this week. It's Meeting on the Turret Stairs, a romantic, beautiful diamond painting that is sponsored by Jade of Jaded Gem Shop. Now let's take a minute to look at my newest painting. This is sponsored by Jade at Jaded Gem Shop. Thank you, Jade. And this is called Meeting on the Turret Stairs, and it's by William Burton. Here's a picture of the final picture right here. And I started this on September 30. It's now almost October 30, or it is. And so that's, about a month. And it's taken me a month to get this far. But as you can see, I finished the bottom row here. And last week I was right here. So I came over here and started at the side, this large square here. And I finished all the way over to right in here, and I have a few to fill in. As you can see, there's some little squares that I haven't filled in yet, but I've done a lot of this square already, so I'll finish this not tonight. But I wanted to point something out to you. A couple of weeks ago we talked about the painting itself, and last week I put a link to the story about the painting, and in that story the person talks about the symbolism of the painting, and one of the symbols is this flower, and you can't see it unless you step back, and there you can see it. It's a white rose that's crushed, and that's symbolic of their lost love. And these two have quite a story to tell, and you can go on Google and just type in Meeting on the Turret Stairs, T-U-R-R-E-T, Turret Stairs, and the story of the young lady and the young man. Hildebrand is his name. Her name is Halilil, and it's the story of their romance in the medieval times. It's a long, long time ago. So anyway, there's the bottom of the painting. I've finished his shoe, of course, and going up here on the pillar, and then his coat is right here in the red. She's in the blue. Beautiful color, use of color. Beautiful, beautiful painting it's going to be. I can't wait to get up a little bit farther so I can get into their outfits, but I have touched on hers, and there are a lot of beautiful drills in here that are sparkly, extra sparkly, as you can see right in there. Some of them are more sparkly than others. They're all very beautiful drills, but some are more sparkly. And when you hang it up and you shine a light on it, you can really see the sparkles in the diamond painting. So that's the progress I've made on Meeting on the Turret Stairs by William Burton, sponsored by Jade at Jaded Gem Shop. You might have noticed when I first started when I have my thumbnail out there that you click on to get to my video, Crystal was wearing this cowl, and I want to show this to you. This is a brand new cowl that I've designed, and I'm making it again. I'll show you that in a second. But this is the Beany Cowl. So, so cute. Look at that, and it's so soft. Hey, let me just put it on. I don't care. My hair won't mess up too bad. Well, I don't say that. This is the Beany Cowl. And it's kind of large and very, very comfy. Look how cute that is. Now, with this camera, I have a hard time doing left and right, but there it is. And I also have right here, I have a brand new set of garment tags that came in. Oh, that's upside down. Let me turn it this way. It says on the hook crochet. On the hook crochet right there. It's made out of leather. Very nice and riveted on. Not riveted. It's got a little screw back on it. It's so cute. You can order your own. You can order them with just a design on there. You can order them with your name on there or anything else. If you just go to leather garment tags on Google, and you'll get 1,000 places that do it. But it's fun to have a tag to put on your garment when you make it and you're going to give it away or wear it yourself. It's nice to have your garment tag right there. Your garment tag on the garment, so it shows that it's handmade. It's very nice. You should do that. Anyway, this is the Beany Cowl, and I'll get it right up here for you. You see this little row right here. I hope you can hear me. This little row right here, get my fingers up there, is beans, and they're beans all the way across, and then we have some other stitches in between, and then there's another row of beans, and it really adds a lot of texture to this beautiful cowl. I really like it. And this one I made with Baby Bee. This is Hobby Lobby, of course. Baby Bee Sweet Delight, and the color is Baby Sage. If you ever want something soft to make a cowl from, or even a sweater, go to the baby section and find baby yarn, and it's always really, really soft. And this is no exception. This is Baby Bee Sweet Delight, Baby Sage. Really, really nice. It's the only color I really liked because most of them are baby colors. They're like pink and blue and peach and things like that. But they had this beautiful green, and I thought, you know, I'm going to try that. And I think it only took one, yes, it took one skein to make this right here. Now, this skein is kind of large. This is a 4-ounce skein. It's almost 400 yards of DK weight yarn. And I used an H to make this. An H hook, which is a 5mm, an H hook, a 5mm to make this. And it's just so squishy and soft. I really love it. So if you're looking for something to make a cowl from, this is the perfect yarn for that. And it never splits. I didn't have any knots in it. It was really super nice yarn. So that's what I made this one with. And then I started another one because I'm going to write the pattern, and I wanted to be sure I made it at least a couple times. I usually do that with my prototypes. I rarely just make one. I usually make more than one. And this is made with some, I'm sorry, I made a mistake just now. I made this with an I hook. This is with an I hook, and the I is 5.5mm, a little bit larger than an H. An I hook, and I'm sorry I made that mistake, but that's what I made this one with. And then I also found this in my stash. This is some Knit Crate yarn, and it's linen and cotton, and very soft, very squishy. And I saw it up there, and I thought, you know what, I think I'll make another beanie cowl with this, and that way it'll be a totally different look. Now, this is a solid color, and all the stitch definition shows up in this one. This one, not so much, because look at the yarn. It is not one solid color. It's a lot of tones, and they're different tones of the same color. It is, but it's not just one solid color like this. So this is what it looks like made up with the kind of the multi-tonal yarn. See the beans, and then the stitches. There are 3 or 4 rows in there, and then there's beans there. More rows, beans. So not every row is beans, and beans take a little bit longer to make or crochet and work up than just a double crochet row or singles or whatever you're making there. But it turns out really nice. It makes the cowl have so much texture. I really like that. And they're not difficult to make. They just take a little bit longer than just whirling across the row with a double crochet. So anyway, I'm making this out of that, and I'll be done with that pretty quickly. It's about halfway finished, and you make it in a straight piece so that you don't lose your stitches. Some people tell me they lose stitches when you're in the round, and that's totally true. It happens to me too. And I have an example down here I want to show you in a minute, and where I have had to rip out because I made a mistake, or Set Price probably made 6 mistakes on that and didn't even realize it as I was watching television. There you go. So we'll take a look at that one next. A couple of notes about what I said in my last segment. This that I used to make this beautiful U, I used one skein or one donut, you could call this a donut, one donut of this Soft and Sleek DK, and then this is what I had left over from the second one. So if you're going to make it, you only need 2 of these. In a larger size, you might need the rest of this. I'm making more like a medium large. I don't have any ease in this. This is pretty much just fitted to me, so I didn't put a lot of ease in it. And also the sleeves are crocheted right into the body, so you don't have to set in sleeves or sew in sleeves or anything like that. But you do have to sew some seams. You have to sew this top seam along the sleeve, and you have to sew this underarm seam and the side seam. You do have to sew a little bit with this, but you can make it to fit you. It's quite beautiful. When you get finished, you'll be glad you did it. And if you can do a whip stitch, you'll be just fine. If not, you can go on Google and say, teach me how to do the whip stitch, and there'll be tutorials up there that'll tell you how to do it. Now, acquisitions. I acquired some tweed yarn from Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. A lot of you say you love this yarn, and so do I. I haven't used a whole lot of it, but now that I have this, I really love it. I wanted a tweed, and they had an ivory tweed and a couple others, but they didn't have very many to choose from. And on the bottom rack, I found this beautiful kind of a yellow, get that up there, yellow tweed. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it spoke to me, so I picked it up, and I picked up 4 skeins of this. It's 252 yards on each skein. It's a worsted weight, and this particular color is called Swede Dijon. Swede, S-W-E-E-D, D-I-J-O-N, Dijon, however you pronounce it. Swede Dijon, and I like it. It's very, very soft. It's very soft. The recommended crochet hook is an I, 5.5 millimeters, and or size 8 knitting needles, which I'm not knitting it, I'm crocheting this. But I'm trying to come up with a top-down sweater. I know I have the Rebecca sweater. It does not have a ribbed neckline, and I thought, well, I'll make one with a ribbed neckline and see how far I get. So I did this much. Let's see if I can get it lined up here where it's supposed to be. Must be this way. There we go. Here are the raglan sleeve connectors here, right there and right there. Let me turn it this way so you can see it. And it has a ribbed neckline that goes all the way around, very nice. And then the body of it, now you can see, I don't think it's lined up just right. Let me line it up a little bit better here. There we go, that's better. There we go, now we're cooking. Well, just 1 second. Let me line this thing up. There we go. There we go. Now we're ready. See, the bottom, the neck comes a little bit lower in the front. All right, so this is what I have so far, and I love it. I don't love it. I like it a lot, but I don't love it because using an eye hook just makes it too thick. I think I could have gotten away with a J, and it would have still been plenty thick and plenty not see-through. See, it's okay. I don't love it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and finish it. I had already finished all the way past this point to about right here, where you go when you connect the back and the front. I almost was there. I wasn't quite there at this point, and I ripped it out. Probably 4 or 5 rounds, which is a long way around once you've been increasing every row. You increase 4 stitches every row, no, 8 stitches every row, and you're going to be way around. This is, a pretty long round. You have 4 pieces like this, and it's all even around the bottom. So I did this much, and I like it okay. But I had to rip it out because I had not increased. Some places I had increased. I wasn't paying attention, and that's one of the problems with stitch counts and increases and all that. You have to pay attention, and as usual, I didn't pay as much attention as I should, and I had to rip out some of it, maybe 4 rounds or 5 rounds. And so I'm going to continue working on it, and I've thought just briefly about hooking up to a J. Just right now, just see what happens. Maybe every other row for a while and then J to the end. I might do that because I just don't like the thickness of it all, because it's first of all crocheted, and that adds a lot of thickness to a garment. Knitting is about half as thick as crochet, and now that I've knit a few things, I totally get that. It's not the same. It's not the same. I like crochet. I love crochet, and I'll probably always be a great crocheter. I do love to crochet, and I have crochet patterns. Keep going with those. I'll keep going with those. But with knitting, I can tell that when you have a knitted product, it is so much thinner. Now, something like this, I have found that this is very thin because the yarn is very thin. And you can crochet this and kind of get away with it. Now, I'm wearing a black tank top under this. I don't know if I would wear it right there. I don't have one on. See, I don't think I could wear it without a tank top under it. But if I made it any thicker, I wouldn't like it. I probably wouldn't like it in crochet. And knitting would take me probably 6 or 8 years to finish this. If I was knitting it, totally different story when you're knitting. But anyway, that is an acquisition I made, and I still love this. Even if I start over completely, which is a possibility, I don't think I will. I will certainly leave the rib in there because that took me a while to make. Not difficult, but it took a while to do. And then I guess I could try knitting something out of this, maybe one of those top-down sweaters from Florence, you know, that has the video tutorials out. I've thought about it. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do, but this is just the last part of what I ripped out. I ripped out almost a whole, about a half a skein of yarn. It was just a lot of yarn, and I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. You are welcome to send me comments and suggestions about that. But do you ever knit with this? This is just worsted acrylic. I haven't really done a lot of that. I've knit from malabrigo yarn and Lion Brand wool yarn, but I've never knit with acrylic, a big project. You know, I've never done that. So I don't know what y'all think about that. Might be kind of nice to knit one. I don't know. But it won't be a ranunculus. Now let's get to some giveaways. Love to give away things. Just love, love, love it. And I found a couple of books in my stash that I want to present to someone that they might enjoy having them. And this is the first one. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Mosaic Crochet. And the keyword there was stitch. The keyword was stitch. It's a nice book. There's plenty of pages in there. You could learn how to mosaic crochet from it, I'm sure. And then this book, which is about the same, it says simple on there. That was the keyword, simple. And there were some beautiful mosaic patterns in here and some how-tos in there. So whoever wins those, I'm sure you'll love it. I tried mosaic once or twice, and I didn't do very well with it. And maybe just the instructions weren't as what I needed, or maybe I just didn't try hard enough. I don't know what. And then third of all, we're giving away this Hug Me Cowl. This is made from Rasta Malabrigo. And somebody told me that, and I remember now it's called Rasta. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I think it's a size 7, actually. I think it's a 7. But I do love this one. It wasn't hard to make at all. It took me about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour to make it. It wasn't very much time put in on it. I used a very large, I'm sure I used this hook. This is the PQ 15 millimeter hook, the one that I start my show with. I'm sure that's the one I use for this. A beautiful, beautiful yarn. And I'm giving this away today. So someone who used the word hug in their comment last Monday. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these gifts this week. Let's turn our attention to the computer, and here we go. I have written the word simple in there. This is for the Simple Mosaic Crochet book, and we'll scroll down here and get the number of comments from our video last Friday. So there's 78 of you that wanted that, and I don't blame you. You want a book to start out doing your mosaic crochet, so that'll be good. Let's find out who wins that. The Mosaic Crochet book, which is for @brief402, and she has the word simple in there. Right there is the word simple. Brief402, you have won the Mosaic Crochet book. So congratulations. Now let's go up here and type in stitch, and that will be for the other book, S-T-C-H, stitch, S-T-I-T-C-H, that's right. Let's go down here, check the comments. Okay, it's about the same number of people wanted to do mosaic. So let's start the raffle, see who makes it to the end here. Let's see who wins that. That is Glenda Humphrey, 4412. Glenda Humphrey, 4412. You have won the Mosaic Crochet book. So congratulations to our two winners here. Now we're going to change the word to hug. And this is for the cowl that I crocheted with Rasta Malabrigo. Where did it go? Where am I going here? Here we go. All right, let's go up here and find out who wins the Hug Me Cowl that I crocheted with Rasta Malabrigo. And that would be Amy Flower 100. Amy Flower 100, you have won the Hug Me Cowl made with Malabrigo yarn. Well, congratulations to all of our winners. Congratulations to our winners. Well, I've messed up my hair today. Trying on things. Congratulations to the winners. Send your information to this email address and be sure to put winner in the subject line, and that way I'll know you're the winner. And tell me in the body of the email what your address is and what you won. So I'll make sure that everything's just squared away. Now for next week, I have 3 more gifts that I want to talk about. And I'm reaching over here, and this came in this week. This is the Knit Nation. If you're a knitter, you will love this. If you're not a knitter, you might enjoy it anyway, because there's a lot of information here about knitting. And if y'all recognize this girl right here on the front, let me see what her name is. I can't remember, but she is a famous knitter, and she has a great presence on, I guess it's YouTube or Facebook or something. I don't know. I should know that. If y'all know her name, let me know, but I'm sure it's in here somewhere. But she has the purplish pink hair, and that's how I know her. I've seen her lots of times with that hair, and I've probably been on her website. I don't know, but I think her patterns are probably a little bit much for me because I'm not a prolific knitter like I should be for the time I've put in or not, I don't know. Her name is Chantal, and that's called the Ivy League Vest. That's called the Ivy League Vest. You can see it right there. And all the directions are in here, including all the body directions, all the measurements across here and all that. And it's awesome. It's just awesome. Her patterns are really good. I won't be making them, but I hope you would be. This is for a Knit Nation. Be sure to use the word nation in your comment if you're interested in receiving this, the newspaper that comes every month. And so I give this away to one of my knitters or knitters-to-be or just interested knitters, whoever you are out there. So sign up for that. Use the word nation in your comment, and you'll be in the running for that next week. Now, also, I made a vest from this, and I showed it last week. This has not been touched. This is I Love This Yarn. It's a print pattern, and it is strawberry jam. Some really pretty colors in there. I made a vest with this and used black trim and put black ties on it, and y'all really like that. I thank you for that, all the nice comments. Anyway, this I'm giving away next week. Be sure to sign up for it and use the word strawberry in your comment. Strawberry in your comment, and you'll be in the running for this. It's just a small gift, but you might want to try making a hat out of it. It'll be beautiful as a hat or a little scarf or something like that. So I'm giving this away. I probably won't be using it again because I believe I used 4 skeins on the vest, maybe 3. I don't know. But anyway, I just crochet till I'm done. And then this is another untouched skein of I Love This Yarn, antique white. And I don't need this. I use ivory usually, and this is not the same shade. And when I'm making blankets and stuff, I like to stay with the same colorway if I can, and that is ivory. So I'm giving this away. There are 355 yards of worsted on this. It's all acrylic, very nice. And it's called Antique White, and that is not the color I need, but it is almost white and almost ivory. So if you're interested in that, I will give this to you. See, there's that little thing you pull to start the skein. I love those. If I can find them at Hobby Lobby, I always wait until I can find a skein with the little yarn end hanging out so that I can just pull it and get started. I don't have to do all that digging around in there and yarn barbs coming out and then eventually just use them from the outside, which I don't love to do. So for this, use the word white, W-H-I-T-E, which is the color, antique white, and then use the word white. And then for this, use the word strawberry, and you'll be in the running for that. Use the word nation for the Knit Nation newspaper. Be sure to sign up for those. And if you know a knitter, you might give them the Knit Nation. If you're not a knitter and you don't want to keep it, you can give it away to a knitter. So it might be fun to do that. I hope you've had a good day today. I hope you had fun watching my channel. Now look here, look at this. See, I've got a black tank top under this, and I might pull in to fix that. I might pull this part of the neck over here with just some yarn and a needle. I might fill that in just a little bit and pull it tighter so that when I wear it, that doesn't show. I don't know why this one doesn't, but that one, I don't know why that is. But I will fix that. That's not hard to fix. I would never rip out to fix that. Just fix it the way it works. Fix it with a needle and some yarn, and that works great. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. I love you all. Thank you so much for your comments, your questions. Feel free to write me again, and Mr. On the Hook goes through all that. I don't have to do it, and I can find the questions and comments, and it's so much fun to answer those. And I'll answer those again on my video next Friday during the answers and comments section of my video. So I hope you have a great day. Be sure to like this video. It helps me a lot. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. And you can also be a member. All those links are down there in the description box for members and Etsy shop, website, all those things. And don't forget, we have Christmas gifts. And see that right there, right there. There is a personalized journal, and some of my viewers have ordered those. You've loved them very much, and they're on my Etsy shop only. You can only find them there, and you just tell us what name you want on it, and we will, Mr. On the Hook goes out and changes the design, puts their name on it, and then orders it for you and has it sent to your house. So that's kind of the protocol that we have, but we're willing to do that for people that would like to buy one for a Christmas gift or for themselves and want a name on there. So the personalized ones are on our Etsy shop. The regular ones that just say notes and ideas, those are on our website. So all those links will be down in the description box. So be sure you check it out. I've had a fun day today. I've done some different things today. I hope you like those, the comments and the questions. I want you to send them to me, though. I'd be glad to answer any questions or comments that you have. It's nice to get those because I do love to get input from my viewers, and Mr. On the Hook has been very good about sending those to me. He's such a great guy. He gets high marks for everything he does for my video channel. So I hope you've had a great day, and I hope you have a great week next week. So join me then to find out what's on the hook.